Just about a year and a half ago, Curry and the Warriors made it to the final for the third consecutive year with KD still on the roster that they have going toward the finals against the Kawhi-led Raptors in 2019. They are still the same team to be in the finals. But the Warriors came in the series shorthanded as KD was inactive due to a calf injury, and once he came back in Game 5, Durant will shortly tear his Achilles and will be out for the entire NBA season. And not only that, Klay will tear his ACL and also will be out for an entire NBA season. So basically, despite Curry doing what he can in the finals, it was not enough to trump over the Raptors of that year. And that offseason, KD will go to Brooklyn, Klay will be out for the 2020 season, and that year it will be Curry, Draymond, D'Angelo Russell, who will be traded later in that season, and the rest of them are nobodies. The Warriors will start the slowest out of any team in the NBA, and Curry will injure his hand in the fourth game of the 2020 season. So ever since Curry has injured his hand and be out for a long period of time, everyone at their mamas is out here disrespecting Steph in the media. Even though he didn't even have Klay and had to play with literally nobody except Draymond, Looney, and maybe Pascal, especially in this season where it's more rampant now, seeing how the Warriors got smacked in the first two games of the season with Curry being off in these games. Y'all out here have the audacity to say that Curry legacy is on the line because he's not leading this team like a LeBron or a Russell Westbrook should lead to any wins and or not a floor raiser. All of the made up narratives about Steph Curry, I have to ask y'all this. Do y'all really know who Steph Curry is? Because I'm pretty sure y'all just forgot who Steph Curry and how good he is and the impact that he did for the NBA. Because before y'all forgot about Curry, y'all used to love this man to death when Klay and eventually Durant were still playing with Curry. And since KD and Klay are not playing with him, all of the sudden y'all be forgetting and disrespecting that man. Which is why in this video we're gonna counter all of the narratives by reminding y'all who Steph Curry is. Hey man, say man. This is the A-Man Show, back at it again for more content. Make sure y'all subscribe to my channel for more NBA and NFL content, as the majority of y'all viewing this channel are not subscribed to my channel. So I would appreciate it if y'all support me by subscribing to my channel. My goal is to hit 100 subscribers by the end of March, and also turn on post notifications so that way y'all don't miss a video. Anyways, Lego.
I pay my dues, now I'm a made man. I call my fame, now I'm a made man. You never see me again. I got the juice, now I'm a made man.
Alright, so let me go over Curry accolades, shall we? Y'all forget that Steph Curry is a two-time champion, made the All-Star team, and made All-NBA 6 times, and also a two-time MVP. Steph Curry is one of the most accomplished point guards of all time, especially how he achieved them in such little time. Not to mention that he is by far the greatest shooter we have ever seen, as this man never shot below 40% from 3 in over 8 attempts per game throughout his career. For all y'all that think that this season is his first year playing with a our team, think again, because in the first 3 seasons of Curry's career, Curry played with terrible teams that won an average of 27 games in total. And once his team made it to the playoffs in 2013, Curry, as the lone star of this team, averaged 24 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists while shooting 47% from the field and a scorching hot 44% from 3. The Warriors were viewed as the underdogs in this series as they went up against the superior team in the Nuggets of Ty Lawson, Andre Iguodala, Andre Miller, Wilson Chandler, and Kenneth Farid. Curry had Klay Thompson, who is not emerged yet, and David Lee, who's supposed to be that co-star to Curry but ended up getting injured in that series, and the rest of them are either average or below average. And he led this team out of the first round in 6 games. So pretty much that tells y'all that with a pretty sorry roster that Curry had, he managed to carry this team out of the first round, beating a superior team in the Nuggets. Curry has proved to be that guy that is good enough to lead a team, let alone carry a pretty trash team. Something that Kobe did in his career but never got out of the first round, even though he averaged an absurd 35 points per game in the 2006 season and made it to the playoffs with Kwame Brown and a smush Parker, but blew a 3-1 lead against the superior Suns team that won 60 plus games that year. Anyways, not to bash Kobe, but in Curry's case, it doesn't matter how much a player can carry a team. The entire community values how much a player carries a trash roster rather than how much a player can elevate an already great team around them. Steph Curry, with a great roster around him, has managed that into his full advantage, as Golden State has been a consistent championship contender for the past half decade, let alone been one of the most successful franchises in recent memory. Curry's impact on Golden State is literally nothing we have ever seen before. A guy is so deadly from three, everything from his movement and the way he moves around the court. Teams literally make game plans solely on Curry, and that's why that Warriors team with Kevin Durant on that roster is so impossible to stop, because him on the court makes the spacing on the court so insane that every player on that roster can do literally whatever they want. Curry wasn't just a player that made the biggest impact on the team. Curry was and still is the engine in the offense. For instance, in 2015, as every player on that roster elevated their game to the next level, including Klay Thompson, Curry had the opportunity to just dominate, and that was that, as they went 67-15 in the regular season, being the top seed in the Western Conference and Steph winning his first MVP. Now, there are some people that didn't think that Curry deserved MVP because Russell Westbrook in that 2015 season led the league in scoring and assists, but Curry's play led them to 60 wins as the first seed of the West, and his advanced stats are way better than Russell Westbrook, and he didn't make the playoffs either. And that has been the problem of the community. Y'all are so fixated on players, on how well they can carry a sorry roster, rather than how well a player can elevate a great team around them. I'm not trying to front. LeBron is known for carrying an Anus team. For example, in 2007, where it took him having one of the greatest playoff performances of all time in Game 6 to trump over Detroit, and made it to the playoffs, made it to the finals, as a 22-year-old, same with Iverson. That is impressive. I'm not trying to take that credit away from them, but sit here to say that Curry's legacy is on the line because he is not winning games with this terrible team that he has around him is ridiculous. No other player in NBA history won a championship by themselves. Not even Michael Jordan himself can win a championship without a roster that can support him. Steph Curry is literally the perfect example of how well a player can elevate a great team. 2016, that year where the Warriors had the best regular season record of all time, with Curry averaging 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, while in 50-40-90 shooting overall, being the first unanimous MVP in NBA history. Yeah, y'all better respect this man wholeheartedly. The way that he led this franchise and won them 3 championships in 4 years is way more impressive than carrying a trash roster to a finals appearance. Point blank. The shit that he be doing through the last 5 years, we will probably never see a player like him ever again, and no, Trae Young is not going to resemble Curry, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows that already. And also, everyone, please stop putting Damian Lillard over Steph Curry. Please, because I like Damian Lillard. I think that he's a bona fide superstar and a top 10 player in the NBA. I fucking marvel of how amazing he played in the bubble, and not only that, the way he played in the past 2 seasons, including in the playoffs. But that definitely does not mean that Damian Lillard is a top player in his position. No sir, no sir. Every single time him and Curry met in the playoffs, Curry literally cooked this man for dinner in every playoff series they played against. Damian Lillard only won 1 playoff game against Curry. 1. After the first series of him against Curry and winning a game in the semis in 2016, Damian Lillard never won a game against Golden State ever since. And even before that, Lillard, before he exploded in 2019, was one of the worst playoff performers in the NBA. So don't tell me that Lillard is the best point guard in the NBA, because he doesn't impact the game, let alone never put up better stats than Curry, and he only won 1 playoff game against him. Stop the cap. Steph Curry is one of the greatest players to ever play this game. He's one of a handful of players that actually changed the game of basketball. He's the only player since Isaiah Thomas to be the best player on a championship contender and win as a point guard in the NBA. And by the way, Curry was robbed of the 2015 Finals MVP. I don't care, bro. He should have won the Finals MVP for the last 4 games that he has played in that series. He was sensational since after the game at which Delly locked up Curry in Game 2. Curry averaged 28 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on 49% shooting, and shot 47% from 3 on 11 attempts. This is easily one of, if not the biggest Finals MVP robbery in NBA history, and had KD and Klay were playing in the 2019 Finals, Curry would have won Finals MVP. In the game he had played, Curry averaged 30 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists on 41% shooting, and shot 34% from 3 on 11 attempts. While not on great efficiency, at least Curry took the Raptors to 6 games, which also shows how much he can carry a short-handed roster. So recap, this Steph Curry slander of him while struggling winning games with his team, saying that he is not a floor raiser, his quote-unquote legacy is on the line because he is not carrying this team to wins, therefore he's not that great of a player that we all thought, just because he isn't capable of carrying a trash team to a playoff appearance. Look, if y'all going to say that, then why do we even have Kobe Bryant as a top 10 player of all time? He didn't even make the playoffs, and once he did, he got bounced in the first round twice since Shaq got traded to the Heat. Since the Lakers got Paul Gasol, Kobe will eventually win 2 rings with Finals MVP before him getting bounced in the first round and winning championships as a first option of the Lakers. He won 3 championships, and one of them, he could have won Finals MVP. Hell, why do we even have Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as a top 5 player of all time? He didn't even make the playoffs in 1975, even though he won MVP that year. Before he won MVP, he won a ring with the Milwaukee Bucks as the best player on a championship team. So the fact that we even bring Curry's legacy in this based on how much he's struggling to win games with this team, even though this man has more accomplishments than any other point guard in NBA history while having stats to back up his greatness. Hell, all the shit y'all be talking to him, he had to drop 62 points, a career high, to let y'all know who he is. He is the second best point guard of all time at this point of his career right now, and when it's all said and done, he will probably be at least a top 15 or maybe a top 10 player of all time. So guys, for the second time, stop the cap and respect his name. And that's all guys, make sure y'all subscribe to my channel for more NBA and NFL content, and also turn on the notifications so that way y'all don't miss a beat. And also check out my article post on the Amino app where I talk basketball on the Hardwood app and I talk football on the Gridiron. So both of these links are in the description below, so y'all go check it out. And anyways guys, this is the A-Man Show, sign out.